Hey everybody, it's Odin, and in this week's video, I'm going to be telling you guys why I, personally, don't go to Furmeets anymore. Now this is kind of like a story time video. I'm going to be telling you a couple stories about Furmeets, and then hopefully by the end of it, you'll understand why I just don't go to them anymore, and I probably won't for the foreseeable future. Now I actually got my start in the furry scene by going to Furmeets. It's how I actually met some of my first friends and even my boyfriend, or well, my ex-boyfriend, and I'm still friends with them today. So there was good to come of Furmeets, don't get me wrong, but oh my god, overall, like, my experiences at Furmeets, there were so many bad experiences. Like, it really just completely put me off from going to Furmeets at all. Now, bear in mind, a lot of these Furmeets happened like 6 or 7 years ago, so it's probably not indicative of the Michigan Furmeet scene anymore. These are past experiences. I don't want to disparage anyone who's doing Furmeets now or Furmeets in other states. Again, this is just my experiences with Furmeets in the past. So if you're running Furmeets in your local state and stuff, they could be great. That's awesome, and I hope you keep doing that. But for me, a lot of them weren't so great. So I think my worst Furmeet I can remember, like, even getting to this Furmeet was an absolute nightmare. I rode up with some local. I don't even remember who it is anymore, like, whatever. But I rode up with some local because I didn't like driving at the time. I think by then I had my license. But he drove in his car, and he was one of the worst drivers I've ever seen in my entire life. That is not an exaggeration. Holy shit, he was terrible. I actually feared for my life multiple times. We went to this Furmeet with, it was Mocha and I. Mocha, I don't know if I was dating him at the time. I think maybe I was, or maybe it was before I was dating him. But yeah, we were up in his car, and he would keep swerving and almost going off the road and like into oncoming traffic and shit. And it was just like, oh my god. I was white knuckling by the end, fearing that I was gonna die. By a miracle, we made it to this Furmeet, and it was at someone's house. I think it was like, this might have been like a couple hours away from my house, and it was at someone's house. I didn't actually know this fur, but there was a lot of Michigan furs that I was familiar with that were going, and so we went there. And this house, they did not have a lot of money, which is fine, but their house was absolutely not at all fit for hosting people at all. It was winter, so it was cold as fuck. I don't think there wasn't snow on the ground yet, but it was cold as fuck. And I don't think they had heating in their entire house, because I remember just going there and like shivering, and I think I had a coat on too, and I was just like, oh my god. Like, granted, I could have stayed in fursuit the whole time, but that wasn't practical. But it was like this rundown house, and it was just super like sketch and cold, and a lot of furries there were very socially inept, to put it politely. Like, very, very, very inept. There were some great ones, don't get me wrong. I like some of the people who went to this Furmeet, but like, overall, oh god, a lot of those people, it's just like, what are you doing? Like, learn a little bit of social skills. Dang, dude. I mean, it's cool if like you don't have many social skills and you want to get out to a Furmeet. Fine, that's fine. But like, some of them, it's just like they make you uncomfortable, and it's like, oh man, please don't do that. But yeah, I remember being there, sitting on this like couch thing that was kind of raggedy, whatever, and like there was like alcohol there or whatever, and like someone handed me a Mike's Hard Lemonade or some shit, and I was like, all right, I'll drink that. And then, like, you know, I drank the Mike's Hard Lemonade or whatever it was, and I had that, and I was just like, okay, cool, like, I'll have one of these, big deal. And then, like, later on, after this Furmeet, I mean, there's still more story to tell about this Furmeet, but later on, after this Furmeet, there was, like, a rumor going around that I stole alcohol from the refrigerator. Like, that was a rumor for a while, and I was like, dude, someone just handed me a drink. Like, I didn't steal it. I'm not out to steal someone's frickin' booze. And also, it's a frickin' Mike's Hard Lemonade. What the hell? But yeah, so that was a rumor for a while, and I was like, oh my god, you guys are so stupid. But we're at this cringy Furmeet, and it was Mocha and I, and we were just, like, as the night went on, we're both like, dude, I want to get the fuck out of here. But we rode up with this other guy, so it's not like we could really go anywhere. We would have had to sleep in this house, in this freezing cold house in winter with just... There might as well not have been a house. It was just so cold. But we would have had to like sleep there overnight. But we decided to spring for a hotel. We got our other friend, and he drove us to a hotel, and we paid like the $100-some for that night just so we could sleep in a nice bed instead of sleeping at this cold, terrible house. Yeah, that was expensive, and it sucked. But next day we went back with this guy, and I think actually Mocha drove, if I recall, back because we were so terrified of having him drive again. He was so bad. I don't know what his deal was, but like, that was If this would have been my new YouTube career, I would have put like, I almost died, really though, because damn, this wasn't the only bad fur meat experience I had. Really, it's more like a general feeling of fur meats. Like, when I was younger, people kept on starting out bullshit rumors about me, like every fur meet I went to. And granted, this is partly the Michigan fur scene at the time was just shitty, I guess, mostly. But there's like, every time I went to a fur meet, it's like a new rumor would start. Like, people tried to say like I had sex at the fur meet or whatever, and that didn't fucking happen. I was like, what are you guys talking about? Like, people were up and like talking to me and stuff. Like, that didn't happen. I don't know why people were so damn petty. So like after a while, that really started to make me sour on fur meats, and I started to get to the age where I didn't need fur meats. I could just go to conventions, and I already had my local group of friends, so I just, there wasn't much of a need anymore. When I was younger, fur meats were fine because they were like my mini cons, like the 200 million times worse than a con. But you know, they're like all I had, and that was a good start for the fandom. I think the last time I went to a fur meet was a few years ago now. I went to a bowling fur meet locally, and it was run by some dude who was an alcoholic, just clearly an alcoholic. Like, I've never seen him sober, and it's really sad. And I hope he gets help. Like, I sincerely do, because it's not cute and it's not funny, and people feed him alcohol all the time. It's like another tangent. I'll go on another video, but yeah, he was the one running it, but he was super wasted. So that was just like, oh my god, what the hell. Every furry there was, not everyone, most of the furries there were super fucking awkward. I just didn't want to deal with a lot of them. Some of them were just cliquey and didn't even want to talk to begin with, to like two people that just like showed up to the meet. It was like Boca and I, we went, and it was clear at this bowling alley that just there was a group of furries, and then everybody else fucking hated the furries there. They're like, why the hell are you weirdos here? And it was just really uncomfortable, and it wasn't in like the best neighborhood either, so it was just like, it just gave me vibes, you know? It was just like, no thank you. And then I had some like furry come up to me who was like 19 or something, and he's like, hey Odin, you want to buy me alcohol? I was like, are you serious right now? No, I don't want to buy you alcohol. You're underage. Do you want me to go to like prison? Like, you're just stupid. Like, of course I'm not going to do that for you. I'm not going to buy some underage dude alcohol. That's just stupid. So I was like, no, man, no. But Mocha and I ended up piecing out of that fur meet pretty quick because it was terrible. And again, for all I know, they're a lot better now, and you know, the crowd is better and it's better run, and maybe that guy's got help for his alcoholism. Please, for the love of God, I hope he did. But yeah, fur meets for me were a way to start in the fandom. They were a way to get my grounds, find my social group, and sort of grow out of them. Now, if I lived in a different state, maybe, where there was more active fur meets, there was more furries, more like cool fur meets, and like a better crowd of people, maybe I'd still be going, you know what I mean? And for all I know, maybe the fur meets that are happening around here are great, but I just can't bring myself to go to them after all the bad... My Siri just recorded like half this video. What the hell? Oh my god. Anyway, but yeah, I can't bring myself. Maybe they're great now. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll go to one and see what they're like. But I think if I were to move again, maybe if I were to move states, I'd try a couple fur meets just to see what the locals are like. But I find a lot of the times just knowing a couple locals and then meeting friends of their friends and stuff is the best way for me now to get to know people. And I also have a lot of anxiety in groups. I hate being in a group alone and not knowing anyone. I get the most social anxiety. I will eventually do a video about my social anxiety. I just don't. I have to work myself up to talking about a topic that heavy. But fur meets give me a lot of anxiety, and I don't know. Maybe one day I'll go. But I think you get the idea that I've had really bad past experiences. The group has been pretty terrible around here. Although there were some great people. Don't get me wrong. There's some great people. Pretty terrible at social anxiety, and I don't feel like I personally need them anymore when I can just go to conventions and do that. And the local scene around here is pretty small. So I hope that gives you an idea why I don't go to fur meets anymore. I hope you guys have positive experiences at them, and I hope they're better run where you are. I hope they're better run now here too. I really want to hear you guys tell your experiences with fur meets, either good or bad, because I know a lot of good comes with them too, don't get me wrong. So I want to hear you guys say in the comments your experiences with fur meets, and if you go to them now or have never gone or don't go anymore, like what's your fur meet status? Yeah, let me know that. And I hope you enjoyed this story. It's kind of like discombobulated or whatever. I just talked off the top of my head again. Anyway, if you like this video and you like hearing these type of stories, check me out on Patreon at patreon.com/OdinWolf. It is the best way to support me and the only way I can keep doing these videos. And also I have a store envy, a P.O. box, and an Amazon wishlist, and they're right here and in the description of all my videos. Anyway, it's been Odin Wolf, and I'll see you at a convention and not a fur meet. Bye-bye. And as always, I want to thank my patrons, especially everybody at Diamond. We have Zintheros, David G, Multiroy, Slipfox392, Bored, I hope it's Bored, Deku Panda, Darth Quietness, and Jax. Thank you, 8 people. 8 people at Diamond. Thank you for your huge support this month. Holy crap, you guys are so generous. And everybody at Platinum, Spooky Weejan, Robert Deere, Frostbite, Wolf Medic, Kevin J, Simon H, Connie Coon, Jaded Fox, Snowy Wolf, Fang Dragon, Wolfman 2011, Fluffy Cinnamon Roll, Miles Hikaru, Sammy Foxpaw, and Tantanka Winterheart. Thank you, Winterheart. I'm sorry, I still can't say your name. I'm so dumb. But anyway, thank you 15 people for your $50 support this month. I cannot believe there are 15 of you. Thank you so much. And everybody at Gold, Silver, and other tiers, thank you for all making this possible. Thank you, and thank you.